This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Matthews 24 and 6 and verse 6 in the Holy Scriptures, and it reads precept. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not end by. Matthews 24 and 7. Read a verse up. Matthews 24 and 7 and verse 7. In the book of Matthews in the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, For nation shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. As you've seen, I bring out those three precepts in regards to this news article right here that I'm about to bring out for in the news today on July the 12th, 2022. And this is from abcnews.go.com. And this was published by Jim Gomez from the Associated Press. It was read by 4 minutes ago, July the 12th, 2022 at 6:28 a.m. Eastern Time. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, U.S. warns it will defend ally if China breaks sea ruling. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has called on China to comply with a 2016 attribution ruling that invaded its vast territorial claims in the South China Sea. It says mainland Philippines, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken calls on China to comply with the 2016 attribution ruling that invaded Beijing's vast territorial claims in the South China Sea, and warned that Washington is obligated to defend treaty ally Philippines if its forces, vessels, or aircraft come under attack in disputed waters. Blinken's statement issued by the U.S. ambassador in mainland Manila, on Tuesday was released in the 6th anniversary of the 2016 decision by a attribution tribunal set up in The Hague under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea after Philippines government complained in 2013 about China's increasingly aggressive actions in the disputed waters. And it says China do not participate in the attribution, reject its rulings as a sham, and continues to defile it, bringing it into a territorial spat with the Philippines and other Southeast Asian climate states in recent years. We call again on the PRC to abide by its obligations under international law and cease its proactive behavior, Blinken said, using the acronym for China's former name, the People of Republic of China. We also reaffirmed that an armed attack on Philippine Armed Forces public vessels or aircraft in the South China Sea would invoke a U.S. Mutual Defense Committee under the 1951 Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty, Blinken said. There is no immediate reaction from Beijing, but China Foreign Minister Wang Yi told the news conference in Malaysia's administrative capital of Port Rajaya that, if I pronounced that right, that China is speeding up talks with the Association of Southeast Asia nations, which includes the Philippines and three other climate states, to come up with a non-aggression pact could call a code of conduct to turn the South China Sea into a peace and cooperation. We will oppose bloc confrontation and Cold War mentality, Juan told journalists after meeting his counterparts in Malaysia, the last stop in his five-nation swing through the Southeast Sea of Asia. He does not take any questions. In addition to China and the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Brunei have overlaps, claims the busy water wave in a estimate 5 trillion in goods passes each year, in which is delivered to the rich underseas gas and other deposits. The potential flashpoint has become a key front of the U.S.-China rivalry. Washington lays no claim to the dispute waters, but it has deployed Navy ships and aircraft jets to patrol the underway for decades and say freedom and navigation over flight is in the U.S. national interest. That has provoked anger reactions from China, which have accused the U.S. of meddling. It's a purely Asian dispute and warned it to stay away. It says Philippine Foreign Minister Secretary Yurque Minlo said Tuesday that the attribution ruling will be a pillar of its new government policy. Any actions in the dispute region and reject attempts to undermine the indisputable decisions. These findings are no longer within the denial or rebuttal and are conclusive as they are indisputable. The award is final, Mainland said in a statement. We are firmly rejecting attempts to undermine it, even erase from law, history, our collective memory, saying Manlo, who did not directly name China. New Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. took office on June 30th after a landslide electoral victory. Marcos Jr. predecessor Rodrigo Duterte put the attribution ruling on the back burner for years after taking office in 2016. The nurture cozy ties with China President Xi Jinping while criticizing U.S. on the security policies in 2019. Duterte said a final asked Xi to comply with the ruling, but flatly told we will not budge. Marco D. has upheld the attribution ruling, said it will not allow even square millimeters of Philippine waters to be trampled upon. But he said in January, before winning the presidency, that since China has refused to recognize the ruling, their party's policies, diplomatic engagement is really only one opinion. Dozens of left-wing activists and workers protest in front of China's consulate in Mainland's McCarthy financial district on Tuesday, asking Beijing to respect the attribution rulings and for Marcos Jr. to defend the country's territory and sovereignty rights in the South China Sea. Yep, so as you have this current dispute right here, because the United States, I believe they allies with the Philippines, and then you already have tensions between the United States and China, over the South China Sea, and many other issues as well too, and I believe the president of, I don't know if he's a spokesperson or president of China or representation of China, he was saying in order to have good relations between U.S. and China it was like 3 to 4 issues that need to be resolved and to discuss. So you still have conflict. You still have disputes and confrontations between the United States and China, and then with the dispute in the South China Sea. So those two different disputes right there, and now you got, and third, you got the over the South China Sea, because you got Beijing stationed down there, you got Japan stationed down there, you got the United States stationed down there, you got Taiwan stationed down there, and then you got China and Beijing patrolling the areas down there. Now this dispute right here from 2016, and I believe China had rejected this dispute and they not following along with it. So that goes to show you tension's gonna increase more and more and more. It can be in many different ways. It could be from a political dispute. It can be from a sea dispute. It can be from a verbal dispute. It can be an economic dispute. So that's what you seeing in these last days of wars, rumors of wars in different categories. It can be named, and that's what you're seeing. So with that, this was just a quick sit down lesson of tensions increasing even more than ever, especially down there in the South China Sea over the dispute claims of territorial, and the United States, they said they will defend their allies of the Philippines. Just if China get out of line over the South China Sea dispute, what's currently going on right now, been going on since 2016 all into now. So expect to see these increase more and more and more in the last days. So with that, I hope this is edifying once again through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, of Great Millstone, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the 4 corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.